Hi everyone, my name is Julia Tang and I'm a physical therapist at Breakthrough. Today I'm here with a lower body strength workout for athletes who run. So a lot of runners think that they can get stronger just by running, and that's actually not true. I really recommend getting at least one solid lower body strength training session for any athlete who runs, because you really want to build the strength in your legs to be able to carry you throughout your run. So this workout is going to include your warm-up, a main strength workout portion, as well as your cooldown. So let's get started. So it's really important to do the warm-up here, so we're going to start off with a jog in place. The goals of the warm-up are to raise your heart rate and prepare your muscles for the movements you're about to do in your workout. So a lot of the strength exercises today are going to be geared on the big muscles of the legs. We're going to switch into a hip hug. So pull your knee in towards your chest. Keep your back nice and straight. And you can also raise up on your toe. Get that calf muscle in there. Keep your back nice and straight. We're going to switch to a hip cradle. You can pull on the shin, the instep of your foot, and get kind of a deeper hip stretch here. So a lot of the strength exercises today are going to focus on the big muscles in the legs, and we're also going to do some single leg strengthening activities at the end. Next one is a quad stretch with a heel raise. So really getting into those calves. Calves are a really important muscle for runners, so I like to warm those up. They're a big supporting muscle for a lot of these strength exercises we're about to do. Next one is Frankenstein's, or a straight leg kick. So keep your back straight, kick as high as you can, with your knees straight and your back straight. So you're trying to kick up and then pull down. So feel a little stretch in the hamstring, and then activate your hamstring and glute. Pull your leg down. The next one is a runner lunge and rotation. So you get in a low lunge and then rotate, open up your arm, switch your feet. So open up towards the knee that's forward. Getting a nice little hip flexor, glute stretch. Okay, and we're going to go into a lateral lunge, kind of an adductor stretch. So lunge to one side. You can feel a stretch on the inner thigh here. And we're warming up that hip hinge. So really pushing those hips behind you. Don't let your knee come forward over your toe. Okay, so bringing it up a little bit. Butt kickers. This is where we get that heart rate up. So nice even breathing throughout this workout. Don't hold your breath. And high knees, right into it. So as you can see, I'm already starting to breathe a little harder, and I'm sweating a little bit, which means this is a good warm-up. Get those knees up if you can, go a little faster. All right, so now go ahead and grab your weights, and we'll get into the strength portion. Okay, so for the strength portion, we're going to go 3 groups of 2 exercises, and for each group we're doing 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 4 times through in an AB, 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 AB pattern. So we're going to do each exercise quite a few times here, and so you want to grab some weight that's appropriate for that amount of time, and then let's get going. Our first group of 2 exercises is going to be squats and RDLs. All right, so grab your weight. And start up with the squats. Feet shoulder width apart. Push your hips back into the squat. Inhale on the way down. Exhale to lift back up. Come all the way to vertical. Keep your weight in your heels. And push your weight into your hips to initiate the squat. You want your shin angle and your chest angle to be about the same. So you can also do this body weight if you don't have any weights, but you'd want to go a little faster than me. Okay, quick break. We'll go into those RDLs. Grab your weights again. So flat back for those RDLs. Hinge at the hips. Knees soft but straight. Feet still about shoulder width apart. So this workout can be done body weight, but you are going to see more strength benefits if you do have something heavy to hold. So that can be bags full of water bottles, bags full of books, cat litter, cat food, pet food. The options are endless. Just find something heavy and lift it. So inhale on the way down. Exhale to lift on these RDLs. Okay, quick break. We're going back to the squats. So we're doing 4 of each exercise, or 4 sets of each exercise. Push those hips back in your squat. Keep it going. Feel your glutes, feel your quads working. If you notice your knees caving in on the squat, like going in towards the inside, then pretend like you ground your feet down in the floor and then spread the floor apart. So don't move your feet, but try and spread the floor. And that'll help keep your knees apart. Break. Going back to those RDLs. So flat back on those RDLs. Keep your shoulders back. If you can only get to here before your back starts to slump over, that's fine. You should get sort of an active stretch on the way down in your hamstrings, and then really feel your hamstrings and glutes working to bring you back to vertical. So get all the way up tall when you stand up. Inhale. Exhale on the way up. Inhale down. Exhale up. That breathing pattern also helps keep you moving not too fast. Okay, take a quick break from those. Going for round 3 of the squats here. Wrap those weights up. And start it up. So push those hips back in your squat. Keep it going. Really work on that hip hinge here. Like you're trying to sit your butt back in a chair behind you. Nice, steady, even breathing. Going for round 3 of those RDLs. Quick break. Ooh, 4 sets is a lot, which is good. Means we're getting a good strength workout here. Start it up. That flat back is really important. This is all about the hip hinge. Inhale down, exhale up. So that breathing pattern really helps you keep the movement nice and under control instead of just blitzing through it as fast as you can. Break, We got one more set of those squats and RDLs. So if you ever feel like you need more of a break, you can always hit the pause button. But here we go. One more set of squats. Whew, and I am sweating. Hopefully you are too. If you're sweating, then I did my job right. This is where music comes in handy. If you've got a lot of sets to do, it gets a little repetitive, but I like using music to pump me up and get me through the workout. All right, one more set of those RDLs. And then that'll be it for our first group of 2 exercises. Start it up. You want to go about the same speed, lowering, as you are lifting the weight. So control the eccentric portion, control the concentric portion. So eccentric is lowering the weight, concentric is lifting it for this exercise. All right, and that is it for that group. So grab a quick sip of water and we'll get back with the next group. The next group is going to be split squats and lateral lunges. Okay, so grab your weights. Starting off with that split squat, put one foot in front, lower directly between your legs, and then come back up. So both knees are bending with this one. We're going to do the first set on one leg, then the second set on the other leg, and alternate back and forth. So make sure you keep your trunk upright and you're lowering directly between both your knees. Don't let your front knee come over your front toe. Inhale down, exhale up. Keep it going. Okay, break. We're going to those lateral lunges. So the lateral lunges are a great exercise to work on that hip hinge and that side-to-side strength, which is very important for runners. So this is going to be alternating. So come down on one side, then hinge your hips back on the other side. I like to frame my knee with the weights. You can also put them up by your shoulders, or if you just have one weight, hold it in front of your chest. So hinge your hip back. Again, really important that your knee doesn't come forward over your toe. So you should look down and be able to see your toe in front of your knee. Chest up. Don't let yourself collapse over your knee here. Okay, we're going to go back to the split squat. Put the other foot in front this time. Over the side. Nice wide stance here. And then drop down. So you want both knees to bend at the same time. And you don't want to lock out your front knee when you're coming up. Just keep it just shy of totally straight. Inhale down, exhale up. So both legs are really going to have to work with this one. Keep your trunk upright. Keep your weight in the front heel, the heel of your front foot. Keep your front knee behind your toes. And I am dripping sweat. Whew, okay. Shake that out a little bit. Back to those lateral lunges. Feet nice and wide. So hinge back into your hip here. So you want to push your hips back. Again, it's basically a side squat. So really try and sit your butt in an imaginary chair behind you. A common mistake is when people let their knee come forward to initiate the squat. You want to keep your weight in your heels, focus in your heels, so you're really hinging your hips back. All right. Now we're back to those split squats. So switch back to your other foot in front. This is round 3. Drop straight down and then push up. And so if you do one set and feel like, oh, the weight's too heavy, you can always drop it. You can do this body weight. I decrease my weight from the squats and RDLs a little bit here because this is closer to a single leg exercise than the squats and RDLs because those are double leg. So it's just a little bit hard to do these ones. So adjust your weight as needed. If you need to take a mid-set break, that's fine. These are pretty long time intervals. Take a break here. Shake out the arms. Wow, I am sweating like crazy. Back to that lateral lunge. Hinge back into your hips. You want to get your thigh about parallel to the ground. And you'll probably feel a stretch on your inner thigh of the leg that's straight here. So it's kind of like a nice active strengthening and stretching exercise to some extent. If you feel like that tightness is restricting you from getting into this exercise, you probably need to work on your hip mobility a little bit. Okay. One more set of those split squats. One more set of those lateral lunges. And then we'll be done with this group. So come straight down between your legs. You want that front knee and that back knee to be stable. You don't want it wobbling all over the place. Really push through the heel of your front foot. Inhale, exhale. Slow and steady. You want to make your muscles work through this range of motion, not just fall down towards the ground and then use momentum to get back up. So control down and up. Whew. Okay, one more set. Those lateral lunges. And I think I'm going to have to turn on my fan in here because it is too hot. Sit up. Push back into your hips. And then go the other way. So this is a really important motion. A lot of runners who just run go in a straight line. It's like, oh, why do I need side-to-side strength? Because every time you land on your foot, you're essentially doing a single leg jump. And if you don't have side-to-side stability, your hips just collapse. And then for runners who run as part of a sport where you cut, this should be pretty obvious. You have to make those quick lateral movements. So you got to have some strength to go in that lateral direction. Whew, all right. Put those down. Quick water break. I'm going to turn on my fan. And we'll be right back with the last group. Okay, so the last group is the single leg exercises I promised. It's going to be single leg squats and single leg RDLs. So we'll do one on one side, one on the other side, and then go back and forth between each set. So the first one is one of my favorite exercises. It's going to be a single leg four-way squat. So first you're going to squat with your leg forward. That's one. Out to the side. That's two. Behind you in kind of a runner squat. That's three. And then kind of behind you and to the inside in a curtsy. That's four. So we're going to stay on this one leg for this whole interval. Then we'll do the single leg RDLs on this same leg. Then the next set, we'll do our other leg. So these single leg exercises, I'm not using any weight for the squats. These are really challenging because you essentially took the body weight you were using on both legs and doubled it. Okay, shake that out. We're going to stay on this same leg and do single leg RDLs. Core engaged, back flat. You're going to use this glute to keep your legs straight. Your standing legs straight but soft. Hinge over at the hips. Your back leg should be totally in line with your trunk. You don't want to have a saggy back leg or a slumped back. So reach that heel behind you like you're trying to kick a door down behind you and really extend that back leg. Ah, the fan feels nice, but I'm still dripping sweat, which is good. It means we're working hard. You don't get stronger without working hard. All right, give that a break. Now we're going to go to the other leg. We'll do those single leg four-way squats on this leg, single leg RDLs on this leg. So I'll show you from the side here. So forward, one, to the side, two, behind, three, and then behind to the inside, that curtsy, four. If you find that this is impossible and you're falling all over the place, you can just pick either forward or backwards, one of the four directions, and just try that. You can always tap a toe down for balance like I just did. Everyone wobbles and loses their balance. It can happen to anyone. Just do the best you can. We're working on single leg strength as well as balance and stability. Okay, so staying on the same leg, we'll do that single leg RDL. Get ready here. Get your balance on that one leg and start it up. So again, same as with the double leg RDLs, you only go as far down as you can while keeping your back straight. If that's here for you, then that's it, that's fine. Probably need to work on your hamstring mobility a little bit, but you do what you can. You should get better with time. This is kind of an active hamstring stretch. So the more you do it, the more you'll be able to get lower into this movement. So you can tap your toe down anytime you need for balance. You'll probably have one side that's a little bit harder to balance than the other. Ooh, take a break. Going back to that first leg again. balance. Oh goodness. So usually you'll have one leg that's a little bit better at balancing than the other. It also often correlates with whichever leg you just injured most recently. So the injured side is usually going to lose balance pretty quick after an injury, but if you practice your balance, it'll get better pretty quickly as well. Because your brain kind of rewires that connection, learns where your body is in space, and your balance can increase pretty quick. Strength takes a little longer. True strength takes about 12 weeks to really develop. Okay, so we're doing single leg RDLs on this leg. Get your balance, start it up. So the reason I really emphasize single leg activities for any athlete, especially ones who run, is when you run, every time you land, is essentially you're landing in a single leg squat, or you're completing a single leg jump. And if you don't have the core stability, the leg stability, or the motor control to complete that single leg landing safely, you're putting yourself at risk of injury. So that's why I really enjoy, and I think it's really important to do single leg exercises as part of a strengthening program, as part of any athletic training program. All right, so when you go to the other leg, we got one more set of the single leg four-way squats, one more set of the single leg RDLs, and then that'll be it for the strength portion. Almost there. Start it up, step forward. So you want to avoid that knee wobbling as much as possible. And again, you want to ground down through the heel of the foot you're standing on. And so think of these multi-directional squats as if you land from running, it's going to be like those forward or back squats. And if you're jumping in the air, trying to defend against someone, or reach for a ball or a disc in the air, you might get jostled and then come down landing kind of to the side. So you have to have that side-to-side stability on a single leg as well. All right. One more set of single leg RDLs here. Keep those hips level, shoulders level. Hold your balance, use your core. Start it up. Oh goodness, starting to lose my balance here. So for me, my most recent injury was on my right side. So recently I've had more balance issues on the right side, but doesn't mean I can't work on it. Use that core, keep the hips level. We're almost done here. All right. And that is it. You earned yourself a quick drink of water, so grab a sip, but then come right back because we're going to finish off with a cool down. All right, we're starting off with a quad stretch here. So grab your ankle, stand up nice and tall, get a stretch in the front of that thigh, keep your hips level. This is again working on some balance. So even though we're stretching and cooling down, still got to use our brain muscle connection here to hold that balance. Go ahead and switch. So after a strength workout like that, I really recommend doing some foam rolling as well, just to help your muscles recover and so you're less sore the next few days. So we're going to come down to the ground in a downward dog calf stretch next. Get that up down dog, and then put your right foot on top of your left. And you can bend your knee slightly, feel it a little lower in the calf. Keep it straight, feel it up higher in the calf. Switch sides, so switch to your other foot. Bend the knee a little bit, and then straighten it a little bit. You can kind of toggle back and forth between the two. Okay, comes down to the ground, seated hamstring stretch. So lean over to one side, you get a hamstring stretch, and a bit of a side stretch here. So breathe into the stretch. Switch sides here. Breathe into your side, breathe into that hamstring. Just did a lot of work here. Okay, do a little figure 4 glute stretch. So line your back, cross your ankle over your opposite knee, and then pull your knee towards you. Get a good stretch in that glute. Go ahead and switch. Put your other ankle on your opposite knee. Pull that knee towards you. Get a nice stretch in that hip. Breathe into your hip. Okay, and then we'll do a butterfly stretch. Soles of the feet together, and then work your knees towards the ground. Keep your back flat, and just bring your chest forward to feel a stretch on the inner thighs. And that is it. So you just finished the cool down, so that means we are done with our workout. So you just completed a 30-minute lower body strength workout, so hopefully that really benefits you athletes who will run out there or runners. So thanks for joining me. Hope you got a great workout, and I'll see you next time.